Yes, yes, yes. Is this live? Literally, I just woke up about in time just to get to here. What is that? Oh, nasty reflection. I'm going to put something in front of it so it won't be so awful. Hang on here. That's better. It's a black beret because I was like very very yellow. I turned on the TV and and it says it's live. So I guess if it's 6 o'clock, y'all, I guess it is live. Okay, it's got to be out in California, somewhere out west. Where is the final round of the U.S. Open being played? Oh, is this Clark that's on right now? Yeah, I guess it is. So it looks like no. Well, they got some holes to play. Although he's up 3 holes over McIlroy, whoever this Clark guy is. I'm sure that I'm sure if Jared is watching. I'm not sure if Jared is watching or not, but I guess we'll find out. I want to make sure that the volume's on because I don't want to get a YouTube strike. Wyndham Clark. That guy's got to be English. There is no American kid who is known as Wyndham. Okay. So I guess we're here. Anyway, happy Sunday. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father. Hey, Pat Hennigan just liked my video. Do I look like I just woke up? If I did, this is what you get, folks. This is my just woke up fakes. That's a very nice long putt. Is that McIlroy? Yeah, I guess it's McIlroy. They have the yellow over McIlroy. McIlroy is down 2 strokes. I guess he's got to be in front of him. He's got to be in front of him. Here's Fowler. I'm giving you play by play. This is like the best I can do right off the bat. But it is Father's Day. And the first thing I wanted to ask you is, do you or have you ever in the past, like I said, do you celebrate Father's Day adequately? Because a lot of people are like the the old Eddie Murphy routine, for like Father's Day is like, what'd you get? Brute by Fabergé. Get them an Old Spice. And I can't whistle well. Like that song. That was the old thing, they whistling. Oh my goodness. I can whistle a little bit, but not consistently and for a long process. It's hard. Mode's here. Ahoy, Captain. Happy Father's Day to Arnold. To you as well, Mode. Are you a father, Mode? I guess he can be old enough to be a father. Doc Cabral is definitely a father. Salute to you, Doc. Happy Father's Day to you. Al's Ghost is here. Going through the chain. Salute, Captain. Happy Father's Day. Oh, I like that. The Ghostbuster in front of a shield. I like that, Al. Mike Gutzler, I know is a father because I've met his daughter. So happy Father's Day to you, Mike, and happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Anna Diaz is a mom. Evening, Captain. Permission to come aboard. You got it, Anna. Granted. Navy Vet. I like this as well. Navy Vet 45 on YouTube. Happy Father's Day, shipmate. Happy Father's Day to you too as well. And a DS says Happy Father's Day as well. I used to till my mom passed away. So now everyone does their own thing, and my kids are older. Yeah, it's probably are older. I know that, the R's and the T's are close. Mundungus is here. Happy Father's Day to you, you Bronco bastard, you. I'm glad to say it. Matt Marinovich is here. Good. Happy Dad's Day to all. Yeah. All right. It's one of those things. First off, if you take a nap, kind of like when you're having a show, make sure your alarm goes off. It did. Make sure you have a second alarm. I usually do, but I think that my alarm clock now is very old. I've noticed that when I hit snooze, it only does it once. I forgot that. So I woke up just in time for the show. Xander Schauffele is at 3 under. Who is this? Somebody, okay. I don't know who it is. This is the final round. And maybe if Jared's here, hopefully Jared will be out with us. Now, if you're wondering why, because I did this deliberately. If you're wondering why I'm wearing a Phillies hat, it's because it is a celebration of the Philadelphia Phillies finally winning a series in Oakland. So for all of these years that they did the interleague play where the Phillies would play the A's in Oakland, by the way, in Oakland. Now, the Phillies have beaten the Athletics before in Philadelphia, series-wise, because they used to do it in the early 1900s, okay? They used to do it in the early 1900s, but they had never, ever won a series against the A's in Oakland. And they swept them 3-0. And I saw the endings of all of them. So as a celebration, I'm wearing my Phillies hat. And when I was looking at the crowd, and you guys don't, there are people that know that there is somebody I can't stand. There is somebody I can't stand. Don't put their name up in the comment section. There's, there's somebody I can't stand who's an A's fan. And as I was watching these games this weekend, right, I'm looking in the crowd. I'm saying, I wonder if they're there. Because they are like, the bane of nastiness. And I was just wondering because they used to be, used to be that that they would do, A's and, they were blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I can't even stand thinking about it. So I was looking in the crowd just to see, because I know that I can say finally, after all these years, the Phillies have won a series against the Athletics in Oakland. Now there's only 2, and I'll tell you who they are. It's in Texas because they have, I don't know if they've ever beaten the Rangers. I know they haven't won a series. I don't know if they've ever beaten the Rangers in Texas. I'll have to check that. But I also know that they have never won a series in California against the Angels. So now there's only two places where the Phillies have not won a series: Anaheim against the Angels and Texas against the Rangers. And I don't even know if they've ever beaten the Rangers in Texas. I'll have to see that. Velvet, happy Father's Day to all. Thank you, honey. Velvet is Mike Gutzler's beautiful wife and pirate just like me. Salute the chat. Happy Father's Day to the fathers and Navy vets. Thank you as well. Cool to see the Vegas Knights win the cup. Yes, it has been a while. And I thank you, Matt, for reminding me. I haven't been on in a week. I have not been on in a week. And then Anna, who I know is a big Vegas Knights fan, saying it was epic. Knights have a native Sioux, White Cloud, have a few goals and some assists. And he's been a huge asset. Of course, if I'm coughing, he's been a huge ass. Only because of my coughing. Sharif is in here as well. So again, and Sharif knows who I'm talking about as well. That A's fan. Don't put it in the comments. But I was just laughing and thinking like the Phillies finally beat the A's. Going back to the live, Clark is up 2 strokes over McIlroy. Yeah, McIlroy is a hole in front of him. So, and what is he on? 15. McIlroy's on 16. So McIlroy's in the same group as Schauffele. I think and Fowler, I guess, is playing with Clark. I want to see this. But again, it's Father's Day, and I actually was seeing it was a comedy routine, and the guy that was doing the comedy routine was saying that Father's Day. I don't know how it's got to be pretty recent. Said Father's Day is the number 20th ranked holiday in the United States, or is it maybe what was worldwide? 20th. Number 1 was Christmas. Makes sense. Number 2 was Mother's Day. Makes sense. So you go from, the big Judeo-Christian audience of Christmas, right? And everybody loves their mom, 1 and 2 as far as holidays. And then you have Father's Day, which is ranked 20th. He said that, and this, obviously the joke's in there somewhere. He said Halloween was number 8. So you have ghosts and goblins and, just people that are not even living ahead of you. Said Arbor Day was number 18, I think? Arbor Day was in front of Father's Day. Arbor Day. He says, I don't even know what Arbor Day is. I do, but it was a joke. But so for Father's Day, just like Eddie Murphy joke, because Father's Day will obviously get a lot of jokes. But it is Father's Day. Right now, we are still watching the very end of the U.S. Open final round. McIlroy is approaching, was he probably about halfway through 16. It's not the tee shot, it's the fairway shot to 16. I don't know where Clark's from. I'm guessing he's English. That's a nice shot by McIlroy. I'm looking. Oh, okay. On the green. Oh, slightly off the green, but still. He's got to go birdie. He's got to go birdie, and Clark has got to continue to par out. If he had a birdie, then this might be done. Well, technically you got to shoot and go all through 18, but McIlroy's up there anyway. Facebook user, thank you for coming over here. Facebook user, thank you. Come on over to YouTube, please, because if you get a better look on YouTube, and this way I can also see who you are. Thank you. Blessed last night at Drifters, Platters. Oh, we had a blessed last night at Drifters, the Platters, and the Coasters concert. They were amazing. I bet you that is probably my friend from Pennsylvania. That's my friend from Pennsylvania, whose name is escaping me right now. I'm still waking up. Yeah, and that was confirmed, actually when it comes to spending money for the holiday. So, yeah, everybody spends for Christmas, Mom's Day, even, I'm sure Valentine's is up there too. The SAP GA, with a smile. Matt, he has it with a wink. I sure it's a joke there. I don't know what it is. Captain Jack, what do you think about a quarterback? Flacco, who is obviously no, actually he's not. That's Latin. So he's a Latin dude who is talking about. Now you're talking about the Raiders quarterback, right? Flacco, probably a Raiders fan, I'm sure. And then, I know Espanol too. By the way, Captain, North Dallas Force is about the Raiders. It's about the Dallas. It's about the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, Jimmy. I was told that the author emulated the Raiders. The author emulated and was talking about the Raiders. This is what I was told for years. It was not about the Cowboys. I could be wrong, but that's the information that I was told. Because Jimmy Farrell says, no, it's not about the Raiders, it's about the Cowboys. I was told it's about the Raiders. I'm just letting you know. Oh, the Saudi Arabia Players. That's the joke. Saudi Arabia Players Golf Association. I knew it was a live joke in there somewhere. I just couldn't figure out the essay. Chief Rock 1 to you is in here, and yeah, Flacco is a Raiders fan. I'll get to about our quarterback. And I thought it was Chris Lentz. Something about the Phillies in the month of June. Yeah, they're playing well. The longest yard is about the Raiders. Oh, okay, I get that's a joke too because they're all in prison. That's a good one, Matt. Feeling sore. Thoughts about signing. Feeling sore thoughts? I can't. I don't know. Or maybe it's feelings or thoughts. Oh, okay, probably feelings or thoughts about signing our whole draft class. I'm glad that everybody is signed. I saw that the number 2 draft pick was signed, and that I changed my the profile picture in Facebook to that shot on TV. So I'm happy. I like what they're doing with the kids. I know that the one was it Chris Smith is wearing like Ronnie Lott's number 42, and that the one corner, I think Jacorian Bennett is wearing number 29. I like that. Emerson was 29 the last time. It was, and also who else was 29? I think Dave Emerson was the last 29. The old corner. Oh, that's right next to the hole. That was McElroy. So I think that was his birdie. He ain't getting a birdie. Raiders signed all the new draftees. Now let's hope we sign and get in Jacobs. And that is the truth, Matt. That's what we need. Because right now we don't know what we got offensively because Jacobs is a huge part of our offense. We need to sign Josh Jacobs. Navy vet also who's like, and Navy vet is like Ed Winchell says, we're going to shock a lot of people. I hope so. I think so. I think we're going to be better. But here's what I say. And this goes back to Flacco's question. what are my feelings about our quarterback? And Raider G, Gamal Dean, he called me yesterday just to talk. It was so nice to hear from him, get a chance to talk to people. He's like, hey, I just wanted to call you. And we spoke for about 10 minutes or so. And he is very positive about the season as well. Remember Raider G. He's very positive about the season. And I said, I will be more positive once I know what the quarterback situation is as far as who is going to take the snaps. I have a good feeling that, Jimmy G will be there. I think that he will be able to go. And if he will be able to go, I like what we're going to have there. But the thing that I'm looking at is the play of whoever the backup will be. And I'm not talking about Hoyer. Ricky Fowler choked another major. Yeah. One of these days they'll win one. Remember, it took years and years and years until Lefty finally won one, Mickelson. I think Mickelson's first major was Augusta, right? The Masters. I think that was Phil Mickelson's first major. Am I wrong? I might be wrong. Last season, everybody thought we were going to the Super Bowl. Yeah, facts. Well, I didn't think so, but I thought we were going to be better. But as myself and Raider G were talking about the other day, said it was the first year under McDaniels, and the team needs to gel. I am correct. Thanks, Jim. Jimmy Farrell said I'm correct that Mickelson's first major was the Masters. I thought it was. So Ricky Fowler, he didn't win this one. One of these days he will win one, probably. I think so. Right now they're showing on screen. I don't know who that is. Is this the tee shot? Oh, this is Schauffele. Is it Schauffele? Or is it Scott Scheffler? Because I know there's two of them. I know there's a Schauffele. I guess this is Scheffler. I know enough. So you think we're going to have a good season? I think, thank you, Flacco directs me back to the question. Thank you. I think that if Jimmy G is healthy enough to play this year, I foresee what I think will be what I've prognosticated. We will have a better season than last year. We were 6-11 last year, and I've already said that I think we're going to be between 7 and 10 wins. 7 and 10 wins with Jimmy G. There's no excuses on the coach's side this season. Yeah, I agree. JB, thanks for coming in. Good to see you. The way they're talking about O'Connell, he may be the backup, but Garbers performed well in preseason. Hoyer's just an expensive quarterback. I agree with that, man. I think Hoyer is just basically an option just in case Garbers or O'Connell didn't get it. The parade was I'm sure it was fun. They also had speaking of parades, they had the events in Denver where people were killed. I think it was probably, I don't want to say gang related, but it was definitely kids with guns killing kids with it was some of that stuff. Don't hate because VJK handed Florida their. Anna, I was rooting for VJK. I was rooting for VJK over the Panthers. I can't root. I told you this. I can't root for the Panthers. No. Can't root for the Panthers because with the Lightning being my quote-unquote backup team, right? and the Lightning hate the Panthers. I wasn't rooting for the Panthers. I thought that they would win the Stanley Cup. I was wrong. I remember I said, I think the Nuggets will win the NBA. I was correct there. And I thought that the Panthers would win the cup because they had that rest and they were one of the better teams for years in the East. So I thought that the Panthers would win. I was wrong, but I wasn't rooting for them. Matt's out here. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to you. By the way, please like, share, put this up. You was talking to James. Okay, thank you, Anna. Vegas says no shooting, no rioting, no looting. Thank you. Denver, they did. Stop. Stop. Carlson's wife had to stop him for embarrassing himself. I don't know about what y'all are talking about. Maybe you can tell me there, James. Maybe you can come on screen, James. Maybe you can come on screen. I know Anna will come on screen. I know she will. And thanks for okay. So it was directed towards James. So here's the thing. By the way, I was told. Oh, the buzzkill Karen. That's a conversation I want to hear about. Didn't hear about this. So apparently, okay, Jimmy Farrell will come on. Good. Anna, you can come on. If Anna and Jimmy come on together, I will just sit and listen because I have no clue what you're talking about. I don't. I have no clue what you're talking about. I will say this, though. I was told by a viewer that views the Wild Wild West because there was, and I'll tell you why. There was some things going on in my life. Pardon me. There was some things going on in my life that I was so upset. I did not want to have a show on Wednesday or Thursday because I was very afraid of saying something that would have been bad for me personally against someone or something or an entity. And I didn't want to do it because I was very pissed off. I'm still pissed off. I'm still mad, but I'm not going to say it. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm hopefully not going to let this entity know how mad I was because I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay, so it was a buzzkill Karen. I want to know what you guys are talking about. Because this Anna, will you come on too? I know Jimmy Farrell will. Will you come on, Anna? Yankees got swept. Good. Only because they're the Yankees in this way. The one thing I like about Jimmy Farrell is that, Jimmy Farrell is a Yankees fan, but he's not, he's not an obnoxious Yankees fan. There are some very obnoxious Yankees fans, and Anna will come to. Okay, good. How do I get on? Okay, good. I'm going to put the links up right here. Let me do this. There's the link. I gotta put on my YouTube. I haven't done that yet, so let me do that. Okay. Social media is my YouTube channel on there? Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so I got my YouTube up. I'm pushing it now. Father's Day, so there it is. Making sure that hopefully. Okay, so there's the link. Good. Okay, so I got my YouTube conversation going on to the right. Good. I got my StreamYard here. So I'm looking at my StreamYard. So there's the link. Come into the show. And I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for Anna. Anna, do you want to come on with Jimmy Farrell or do you want to come on by yourself? You want to come on by, because I know it's the link. Okay, there's Jimmy Farrell. Jimmy, just stay put. I want to see if Anna wants to come on with you or by herself. And this gives me time to give the thought of what I wanted to say about what was happening on Wednesday. Come on in, Anna. Here, hit the link. This will give me time to do something that I wanted to do with Leon and who's the other guy? Rudy. Okay, I had to think. I heard, this is what I heard. I heard that Leon and Rudy on Wednesday were like going at it in the comments section. Going at it in the comments section for the Wild Wild West. I'm like, I wasn't monitoring, that's why I didn't say anything, because I did not do the show on Wednesday. Here's the thing. Happy Father's Day, Hot Neil says it as well. Happy Father's Day to all. Thank you, Hot Neil. And I know that Jimmy Farrell and Anna won't do this, but this was the segue I was looking for. If you got issues, and obviously, and we've already said this, obviously Leon and Rudy can't stand each other. Can't stand each other. But don't do that in the comment. That's childish. And if I get with Leon and Rudy later, I'll say, what are you doing? You're adults. And may I don't know, Anna might have seen it. Did you see Wednesday's show on Wild Wild West with them going back and forth? No? Okay. So we'll see that. Hi, Hot Neil. Oh, Hot Neil looks like Hot Neil's camera is working. Okay, good. So what we're going to do is, first off, we're going to get Jimmy Farrell and Anna on here, okay? And I'm going to be in the middle. Literally, I'm going to go in the middle. And you can tell me what the hell you're talking about. Anna's going like this. Yeah, she's like, oh, let me at him. Let me at him. Oh, let me at him. No, I know. No. She just wants to talk. She's laughing. Okay, so I'm gonna get Jimmy Farrell in here, otherwise known as Raider Eeyore. Whoop, my glasses. Tell me, what were they arguing about in a while? Oh, Matt, they were arguing about the Raiders, and they were arguing about each other. It was a pissing contest. So go back. I didn't look at it yet. I was told that the entire show for 90 minutes, they were arguing with each other. So I'm going to tell. So if they come in tonight, I'll say, what the hell? If you are over 18 and you are an adult, and I know Jimmy Farrell's over 18, Anna's just at 18. She's just at 18 years of age. She's just an adult. But she's an adult. Okay. So when you're an adult, you don't do things like that. Okay, so I'm going on. Jimmy, you ready to go too? He's ready to go. Okay, good. All right. So I'm going to bring, there's Jimmy. There's Anna. Oh, I got to separate you. I got to separate you. I got to separate you. There you go. See, now you're separated. Now you're separated.
Come on.
Now you're separated. Okay. So what am I missing?
Okay, let me tell you what happened last night well, I shouldn't say it. Well, during the parade.
During the parade.
During the parade. They had a parade, and it went around from behind T-Mobile, came around, went down Flamingo, went down Las Vegas Boulevard, and then back to T-Mobile. Well, during the entire period, the guys were getting lit. They were drinking, champagne was flowing, the alcohol was going, and then they would get off. They would every so many feet, they would stop
and drink.
Go greet the fans. They were throwing T-shirts. They were throwing, beads. They were, taking pictures with the fans. I mean, they were just having a blast. Now, by the time they got to T-Mobile, William Carlson, who we call Wild Bill, he was a hot mess. They announced, the Stanley Cup winners. They come down to Carlson, boom, falls on his ass.
It was more than a hot mess.
It
an
was
embarrassment.
hilarious. No, it was not.
Yes,
It was hilarious. Okay, and then when he
No
gave a
crotch
speech,
shots,
when
Jimmy.
he gave
No
a
crotch
speech,
shots. Get your camera up. We don't see a shot of your crotch.
when he gave his speech, he was slurring. He, there was words,
Right.
and everybody was enjoying themselves. Everybody
Really?
was cheering
And
him.
his
It was
wife?
hilarious.
Really? And his
Okay.
wife had to pull him off stage?
That was not his wife.
Whoever
Let me
it
make that
was.
clear to you.
Whoever
She
it was.
was who we now, as BGK fans, nickname Buzzkill Karen. That's her nickname now. She's her so-called PR. Now, that's the second time that we've seen her on TV when the players are either doing it when I want to say it was Shea Theodore was giving an interview, and she was back there going, doing this, and everybody's like, who's this Karen? And then we see her again, and then we see her again, and everybody was booing her. Everybody, overwhelming. If you go to the page, hell no. I could put my foot up her, what.
Oh, stop. Come
But
on.
you know what, though? It was fun. Everybody
this-
had a great time.
This look
That's
has
what
got
was
to stop.
important.
It's got to stop. It started
Please.
with Kucherov. Kucherov was a mess too. Okay, let me tell you. I come from New York. We have the best parades of anybody, and we don't even
And
do
that's
that.
New York. That's New York.
Because you know why? Because
But
it's class.
Vegas didn't riot.
We do it with
Vegas
class.
didn't shoot. Vegas didn't beat on each other. Vegas didn't get out of hand like
Why do
other
I have to
teams?
see somebody on TV with a beer can?
Well, then
going
turn the
like this?
TV off.
That's
Turn
crazy.
it off.
You're a
If you didn't
professional.
like it, turn
You're
it
a professional
off.
hockey player. You should be doing stuff like that. Nobody
But
else
when
was doing it.
hey,
Come on.
you
Okay,
have
wait,
no
wait,
idea
wait,
what that team
wait.
went through.
Oh.
No idea. From day one, when we had 1 October, okay, that team was having dinner a couple of blocks away.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the first thing these misfits did? You know what? We need to go help the community. Where were they? They went to the hospitals to console people. They went out in the community.
That's
That was
fine.
long life. They did that. Okay. And the 6 original misfits, which William Carlson happens to be an original misfit, when they won that cup, they earned that right to celebrate as only
That's
Vegas
fine, but you
knows
don't
how
have
to
to act
celebrate.
like an ass on stage. Like
He didn't
did.
act like an ass. He acted like a
too.
typical
Oh, come
person
on.
who was
He's a professional hockey
celebrating.
player. Please. Come on.
Oh, please.
No, nobody. No,
You know
come on.
what? You deal with your side of the nation. We'll deal with our side
Okay.
of the nation.
Anna,
Period.
okay. Anna,
Period.
Anna, I agree. And
It's apples and oranges.
I agree with the thought. Now let Jimmy talk about why it was so wrong in his estimation as a New York fan. I want to hear why it's so out of kilter, Jimmy. Go ahead.
Because if you look at parades in New York, I know there's not many lately, but the New York City soccer team, they had their parade, totally class. They didn't have anybody get drunk and stupid, cursing on stage, having somebody go off the stage. And another thing, you should have had more cameras on the buses. They had one camera on a bus. You know, it would have been nice to have. You should have had your jerseys on. I didn't even know who was who, because last year, Colorado, they all had their jerseys on. At least you knew who was who. I don't even know who was the player and who was
It
not.
was almost 100 degrees. Okay, I felt sorry for the fans that were wearing their jerseys. We have, the people. A majority of the incidences that occurred where people passed out.
Have a name on back of the shirt with the number.
They don't have to do that. This is Vegas. They could do whatever they want.
I just didn't think it was.
Wait a second. It's like, so Jimmy, what you're saying is that you feel that it was effed up.
I don't think it was organized
because there was no identification of the players. But Anna says it's 100 degrees out in Vegas. So what do you want them to do, Jimmy?
I just told you, go have the T-shirt like they were wearing and have their name on. At least people who don't know Vegas know what player that is talking. I mean, but some of the guys, they didn't have a shirt on, which that's another issue right here. I mean, come on.
You don't want to see me without a shirt.
You have to act like a professional, okay?
But
you represent the national.
You're just
League.
one of a few people, okay? Vegas is Vegas. I mean, even the Denver Nuggets were on one of the party buses going down the Vegas Strip. They've been partying up here in Vegas with the Golden Knights.
Why do you have to get so plastic? It's a parade. Why?
It's a parade.
But you're a professional player.
Because it's Vegas. And after what this city's been through,
stuff like that.
They
just act like
what?
a professional. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God.
I mean, come on.
Okay. Wait. Okay. So your major point is Anna said, "Let boys be boys."
No.
Oh, I'm trying to do context here. Anna said, "Let boys be boys," and if they get drunk, it's on them. It's on them if they get drunk. And Jimmy says, "You got to be professional." And oh, by the way, I think that this is there's only one stroke. Clark's going to win unless he really screws. I'm trying to keep up with you and the conversation. Okay. So it's and Jimmy says, and I see both points. I see both points because I'm gonna remember that word that was a swear word on my show. That athlete who was a swear word on my show that just bought minority stock in the Raiders. Okay. Okay, that guy. Gonna throw up in my mouth. When he was at the celebration for the what do you call it? The trophy. He's on a boat, drunk off his ass.
You're talking about Kucherov?
No, I'm talking about
Shady Brady.
Thank you.
Who?
Shady Brady.
Tom Brady? Oh,
Shady Brady.
He's on a boat and he's drunk, and they have video of him. They have video of him being drunk off his ass, throwing the Lombardi trophy from one boat to another, right? So it's on him. And this is what I'm saying, Jimmy. If you want to be an ass, and I will put the hole at the end. If you want to be an ass on TV where it's documented, that's on you. And it's not just, well, they don't do that in New York. No, I probably differ with you because there's probably somebody that's on TV that is taking care of the PR aspect because, like I said, Anna says it wasn't his wife. It was some Karen. Buzzkill Karen. I like that. Is that they call her Buzzkill Karen? I like that.
That's her nickname now.
Buzzkill Karen. So it's on
who is she anyway?
The PR people to put in like if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. Now I do agree with Jimmy in one respect because hockey players aren't as well known. It would probably behoove them to have something that would identify them. T-shirts and their with the logo, right, and their name. That would be better because then you can also identify. Did you see that a-hole that was drunk off his ass? Who was it? Oh, it was Carlson. Why? Because he had a T-shirt with his name on it. I will give him that. That makes sense. Okay.
I don't mind the guys having a couple of drinks, but to get polluted like that, what I mean, all right, you're celebrating, but to get polluted like that, like it doesn't make any sense. Since you're a professional athlete here, I mean, you could have a couple of pops, but to have like a cameraman on a bus and one of the players is going like this and everybody's cheering, not just once, he did it like 3 or 4 times. All right, so far he's got 4 beers in him in 10 minutes,
and it's 100 degrees. So that you got to.
So that's the excuse.
No. What I'm saying is you got to factor in the weather and the climate. So it's not good to drink when it's hot as F outside.
And plus, they were
Because
drinking before they went on the bus.
Jimmy, I get you. Oh, I'm sure that they only started when the parade started. I get it. I get your thoughts. It would probably behoove people not to drink as much. But if you're going to be a drunk a-hole, that's on you.
What if that guy gets
But
into a car
here's
and he
the problem.
drives 100 miles an hour down the street
Here's
and he kills somebody?
They don't. They won't.
Well,
Here's the problem. No, here's the thing. Okay, nobody here in Vegas considers him an a-hole except for you and maybe a handful of other people. But you know what though?
I didn't say that.
We don't care. We really don't care. These guys busted their, you know what, to get that cut, and they deserve to party. They deserved it. They earned it. And you know what? Hey, everybody was having a great time. That's all that mattered. Whether you like it or not, that's your opinion.
That's fine. But
you know what though? We
act like that,
don't
that's
care.
a problem. That's a problem. You get on stage like that, you know? You could barely stand up. You couldn't even put a sentence.
Well, it's done. It's over with. You know, they had the limos going home. Right? They had rides home.
That's the norm for the next year's parade, right? Let's find somebody to get drunk off their ass and you just act like an a-hole.
I like what, and by the way,
you know who started that? Kucherov started. So that's the new norm.
So we're back to the Lightning, and when Tampa wins it, they have a boat parade, like they have for like Gasparilla. They go out on the boats. For those who don't know about Gasparilla, it's a pirate celebration in Tampa where everybody gets drunk off their ass, literally, and they have all these boats that are out in the canal around Davis Island, and they do that, right? So here it is. So Kucherov is on a boat, drunk off his ass, just like, I'll say his name, that a-hole Brady, the minority. I can't say anymore because he's a minority owner and he might, say things about me. I don't care. But anyway, so Kucherov was drunk off his ass. So, but who cares other than it's on Kucherov's PR people to do damage control of him being drunk off his ass, right, Jim? If they're saying, well, Kucherov, you just blew your endorsements because you were on camera drunk off your ass. Now, I will say this. I do agree with the one thing, and then Anna did the counterpoint, okay? Here's the thing. If you're going to be drunk polluted as a skunk, you don't get into a car. And I'm pretty sure that due to the fact of what has happened in Vegas with Henry Ruggs, I'm pretty sure that whoever was in charge of looking after these guys probably said, you ain't going anywhere. We will drive you to X, Y, and Z, but you're not getting into a vehicle because of what has happened with Henry Ruggs. And remember, it wasn't just Ruggs. Was it like a month or two later, Hobbs had an incident? And then you have the a-hole who no longer is with us, the other cornerback who I got an autographed jersey for. Eventually, somebody's going to win that jersey, and they're going to say, I don't want his jersey. I don't care. It's a prize. And when I do the prize wheel, whoever wins the jersey, it's a jersey of a Raider with a signature. I don't care. But here's the thing, Jimmy. If it's on you as a person as to how you're going to do it. Now, I agree with Jimmy in the one respect. If you are one to maintain your self-image and you don't want to blow your spot with people, because your own PR people are going to say you effed up because you are like, I was like, everybody. If that's on you, that's on you. Okay. But if you want to do that, that's okay, Jimmy, as long as what you said, don't go out and drive and drink. That I agree with, and Anna agrees with you too. But if you're going to be a drunk a-hole, as long as you're not hurting anybody, and that's the bottom line here, as long as you are not hurting anybody,
you're hurting the image. That's what you're hurting.
you're hurting your
You're hurting
own.
the NHL. You're hurting the image of the NHL. That's all I'm
Well,
saying.
he may have hurt your feelings, but as
No,
far
he
as
didn't hurt
what I've
my
been reading,
feelings. I'm just
everybody
saying
else,
this is the new
nobody,
norm now. This is
everybody,
what's got.
yeah, it is the new
And
norm,
I'm
and it's
telling you,
something people
I'm
have
telling
to
you right
accept,
now.
whether we like it or not.
I'm telling you,
Unfortunately,
maybe down the road,
And
one
I'm
of these
talking.
guys are going to have one too many, and they're going to get into a very bad situation. I'm just saying. Don't
Okay.
think that this is not. It could happen. You know, this is the new norm. I mean, what if a coach got drunk and he was, got on stage? Is that all right? A coach or a GM, maybe the owner?
trust me, everybody was drunk.
There you go. Gravanda, thank you, Gravanda. Good to see you.
Everybody was
Did Bruce Cassidy was drunk? He
Oh,
didn't look drunk when I
you
saw
could tell,
him
but he
on
was
TV.
very quiet. He was very quiet, but we could tell
That
he
doesn't
was
mean he's
buzzing.
drunk.
He was buzzing.
No.
But you know what, though? Everybody had a great time. That's all that
That's
mattered.
fine. I don't have a problem with
Everybody,
that.
we all had a
That's
blast out
fine.
there.
You deserved it.
We
You got the cup. You
celebrated.
deserve a celebration.
Okay.
I mean, I've been waiting for 40 years for my next one. I mean, you know.
Hey, it may come. You never know.
No.
You never know.
But let me tell you, man.
Have hope. Have hope.
No, this team is nowhere near a cup. Let me tell you, nowhere near. And the GM's got to be fired because he's not going to help me win a cup. Let's face facts.
Okay.
Just saying.
But like Spencer says, you can put an asterisk by it. No, they can't be Stanley Cup champions because they got drunk at a celebration. I will say that I'm very happy to see that there was nobody that was shot.
Yeah, there was, like I said, everybody out there, everybody was respectful. Everybody was being very polite. And I was in my chair. Okay. I was trying to see.
Did you go
I was
to the
at a
parade?
point. I was there. I was out there. I was
Okay.
at T-Mobile. Okay.
Okay.
And there was some people that would stand in front of me, and there was a group of guys there that were just getting hammered. And one guy stood in front of me, and he told his friend, "Hey, man, get out of her way. You're blocking her view." And I'm just looking like this, you know. And the guy turned around, looked down, saw me down, and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry," and moved. And people that were blocking my way, hey, you know, you're blocking her view. You know, they were being very respectful. And then when I was trying to maneuver around, you know, people would look down, "Oh, I'm sorry," you know, move out of the way for me, you know, and I was able to, you know, maneuver around and stuff. Even one guy that was walking around, he looked down at me. He goes, "Hey, you want a bottle of water?" He goes, "I have extras." And I go, "Oh, sure." And he gave me a bottle of water, a stranger, you know, very, very, very nice. And everything, and everybody was having a good time. And then as it was time to go, you know, it was packed. I mean, everybody was almost sardines out there. And, you know, I'm maneuvering out, and people are like, "Whoa, get out of her way, you know, being very, very, very nice and polite. Like I said, no fights, no, the only crazy stuff that was going on was all the beer cans everywhere. That was the only thing.
Told you no broad shots, Jim.
And, you know, I mean, because I know parking was chaotic out there, and getting out there was chaotic because they closed from Flamingo to Tropicana. That's a huge part of the strip on a Saturday night, to close that down. And it was full of people. Well, my son, what he did was he parked at the West Gate, paid $2 each for a round trip ticket on the monorail, took the monorail to MGM, went across to New York, and then went outside into, it's called Toshiba Plaza. So we went out there, and we were out there for quite a long time and everything. But like I said, everything was really wonderful. The people, everybody was just in such a good mood, and we had such a good time. And then they had an amazing drone show. You know,
I saw that.
I mean, like I said, everybody left feeling good. Everybody was happy. Everybody was laughing, you know, cheering. And
they should.
My voice, you know, is still a little bit scratchy, you know, from all the screaming.
Now let me ask, and see, this is the root, I believe. And Jimmy, I'm not getting on you. I'm just there
No, I
are
know.
differences, okay? Because here's the root of the conversation that I can see, okay? Now, and I'm probably, if I'm right, I'm right. I definitely pegged it. Jimmy, how often do you drink?
I don't drink.
If you don't drink.
No.
Anna, how often you drink? You drink when you
Whenever I
want to,
can get
right?
out.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
whenever I
used
can
to.
get out.
I used to.
Every now and then.
Okay. So the root of this conversation that I think is because Jimmy is for the most part, is a teetotaler, non-drinker, right?
Mm-hmm. Used
Okay.
to be. I
So
used to.
it right, exactly. You used to be a drinker. You used to be a drinker. So your thoughts on alcohol are, in your view, based
But I
upon,
would think of the same thing if I was a regular drinker. I would have the same, uh, uh, thought of what happened last night. Not because I don't drink anymore.
okay.
My problem is that these guys they're professionals. They have to act professionals.
I
Okay,
get it.
you want to drink? Fine. Just have
I
a
get
couple.
it.
You know,
But here's the other thing, though. As I told you, and Doc, when Doc will come in later on, I'm pretty sure. Doc Cabral has been sober for 20 something years. Okay, Doc probably longer, because Doc, and I'm not diming him out, but Doc had a drinking problem in the Philippines, and that's why Doc, when he comes on and we talk about it, Doc is a non-drinker now. So he has his views. So what I'm saying is, it's probably because 36 years. Thank you, Doc. I see Doc has not had a drink in 36 years. But when I knew Doc, I don't see Carlson on stage, but Doc probably made Carlson look straight sober because Doc had a drinking problem. But I love Doc. But Doc is now is a straight non drinking sober person. So it's the views, and I agree with you, Jimmy. I do agree in one respect. If you're gonna be on a stage, if you don't care, you're gonna slur your words, and I was there. We understand. So people know you drink, and people know that you might have an issue. But it's your team, it's your group of PR people that have to deal with that. As long as you don't get into a vehicle and do something heinous, I'll use the term heinous, like Henry Ruggs did, it doesn't matter. You are the only person that is screwing up your chances for extra money in endorsements, because people are going to say you're the drunk guy. But then again, also you might be saying, "Oh, you're the drunk guy. Good, we got an alcohol product we want you to endorse." So it's a double-edged sword, okay? But I agree to a little point, Anna, that if you're gonna be on stage, you might, if you're gonna be talking, you might want to be somewhat
sober.
no, no, because when you have a drink, you're not sober. If you go by the definition of what sober is, you're not sober. But you should be lucid. Is that the right word? Lucid? Know what the hell you're talking about, and not so far gone
Did
that
you know what he was talking about? I mean, he was just like
We
rambling
knew.
on.
okay, because
We knew what he was talking about.
yeah,
He was talking about Marsha's show, because of the fact that they were there since day one, since the first year. He was talking about Marsha Soul being the MVP, and he was so happy for him to be the MVP. But like I said, I mean, he was hammered.
MVP too. You know that.
well, remember
Michael
also
could have got MVP.
Super Bowl celebration where Stafford made the chick fall off the stage because he was drunk. You remember that?
Right.
The photographer. Do you remember
No.
this? the photographer was taking a picture of Stafford on the stage in Los Angeles, and because he like moved around, he made the photographer drop off the stage like 6 to 10 feet or whatever, and she broke her leg or something, right? Because of alcohol. Now there should have been somebody watching her. There should have been somebody watching her. And I did see you before. I didn't want to break in while the people were talking. So Hot Neil, you can come back in. Okay. So Hot Neil, you can come in if you want. Thank you for Hot Neil gave a positive $5. So again, thank you, Hot Neil, for this. Did it show up yet? I'm trying to. There it is. And we'll get Hot Neil on. And I'm glad that Hot Neil is here. Okay. And I did see the video about the Heat, McGregor and Heat. Also, McGregor's been given a thing where he apparently groped a chick, and now he's got a lawsuit on his hand. So here's the thing, and let segue, right? If you're drunk and you are alleged to have done something, now you have less of a leg to stand on in your court proceedings, right? It's up to the individual. It's up to the individual. Hot Neil, I see you. I'm going to get you on after we're through with the discussion. I'll get you on for a couple minutes, okay? Because we haven't heard from Hot Neil in a while. But, and by the way, I got Doc Cabral in there, who's 36 years sober. I got the Bishop, who is a retired sailor. I'm sure the Bishop has had a drink or two, okay? It's up to the individual. As long as you don't hurt anybody.
Is Carlson is not the person to drink a lot, and a lot of the fans, even those have have said they had never seen him that way, but it was hilarious due to the fact that they were celebrating, and it got a little bit overboard. But you know what? It didn't hurt none of us. It didn't hurt any of the fans. As a matter of fact, a lot of people said that they went out today and bought his jersey due to the fact that he showed a human side of himself. And like I said, we had a good time. We had a blast. Everything was great.
I'm sure you did. You have every right to celebrate,
But now it's like, okay, celebration's over. I'm pretty sure he's got a massive hangover from hell. Mm-hmm. Which, of course, I would probably be over the bed with a frying pan going, "Are you awake? Are you awake?" Hopefully that's what his wife's doing. If she's smart, that's what she'll do.
There you go. You ain't going to drink like that anymore, baby. He probably
I'm pretty sure he ain't going to touch alcohol for a while, for a long time.
I'm sure those guys are back to work for next season.
Actually, they're supposed to be going to Montana for a retreat for a week or two. Mm. And then because rumor has it that a couple of the guys may be retiring. And there's also going to be some serious discussion over who they're going to keep as far as goaltenders, because now that they know how valuable Aiden Hill is, I think they're afraid to get, because I think he's going to become a free agent.
Kessel's gone. Kessel's gone. He ain't going to be around.
Phil Kessel, the old guy that
I'm shocked that he was on this team still. I had no idea until he raised the cup, and I was like, the Knights still have Phil Kessel? I guess he was a healthy scratch through the whole playoffs.
Yeah. Kessel caught the person I like to call Mr. Cotter. Everybody loved Mr. Cotter. He was an amazing player as well. They all were. All were. Everybody contributed. Everybody, from Logan Thompson.
That's his third ring, too. That's his third ring.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Now, but anyway, so.
So discuss. We've had it discussion. Okay. So we point. And by the way, thank you, and I love you both for coming in. Okay. We're talking sports. We're talking current events and topics. Right.
Love you guys.
Anna, thank you for being here as well.
So wait, I have one more question.
Go ahead.
Repeat.
Anna.
You know what? I don't want to say yes. I want to wait and see what happens the next couple of months because there's a
Okay.
couple of things. Like I said, I don't want to say yes. It would be nice. It would be nice. Now, the Raiders, they're on the clock.
Okay.
They're on the clock.
They said it was 100,000 at that parade.
Over.
When the
It was
Raiders
over
win,
100,000.
their next, it's going to be like 200,000.
Well, they had
It's
over
gonna be
200,000.
no. They said 100,000. No, it was more. Oh, okay, then we're
It
going to
was
have like
more.
500 easily.
Yeah, no. They're going to need to start from Sahara to Tropicana.
Oh, when the Raiders win,
I
absolutely.
like the fact that Jimmy says when.
When
I like the fact that Jimmy says when the Raiders win.
That
I
is-
hope,
and we're still alive.
I hope I'm still alive.
but I'm going to tell you guys,
And I'm gonna say what
Devontae Adams even said they're under a lot of pressure now. He says he's going to take back everything he learned from the Vegas Golden Knights, from the team, and take it back to the locker room and implement their, what they do, how they work together, how they blend together. He's going to take it back to the locker room.
I wish
And he
our
says
owner would
that-
do the same.
I
know?
know.
I wish
But
he
you know
would
what?
do this.
I have high hopes now. Now I have high hopes. Before, I was like, oh, you know what? I'm not even going to bother. But you know what? I'm hoping.
I think O'Donnell is our saving grace. I
think
really
so,
do.
and I think that we'll see that in a couple of years. Jimmy,
Yes.
okay.
Love you guys.
Anna, thank you for being here, sweetheart. Thank you for coming in. And that's why I said we can have a discussion. I'll moderate. That's why I got to be in the middle. I got to be okay. But Anna, you're on. You say you're on the clock. Thank you for bringing it to the Raiders, Jimmy. I'm going to ask, what about the Islanders next year? Are they
You're a funny guy, you know that?
funny
Really.
guy?
All I know is Lou wants to bring the old band back together, but the band doesn't have any hits anymore. So it's time to get some new blood on the team. And
Okay.
he's not going to do that. And we're just going to be the same team. As long as Sorokin's our goalie, we have a shot to make the playoffs. That's all.
Okay.
That's it.
Do we know when the NHL draft is?
It's in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
There's a draft coming? I don't know. We don't have a first round pick, so I don't know what a draft is anyway.
Well,
So-
all I know is that the Flyers got a 7th pick and a 22 pick because I'm going to bring this back to my team. And I have my Flyers at
Lou's great at giving away first round picks. So that's what he loves to do.
first round giving Lou.
We haven't had a first round pick probably like in 7 years. So I don't know what a first round pick is anymore.
Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah.
Well, you guys have a good night. Have a good night, Jimmy.
Being here. Take care, guys.
Okay.
Appreciate
Bye.
you talking. That's Anna and Jimmy Farrell, otherwise known as Raider Eeyore. And I thought it was funny because Doc was saying, Eeyore. He spelled it right too. Oh man. I still think that Jimmy should get an Eeyore costume and make it a Raider cop. Put some Raider stuff in. Gravanda, I'm hoping as well. Okay. Hot Neil, you can't follow that. You got some time on. Hot Neil, are you okay, brother? You look like you're gaining a little weight. Is it the meds?
No.
Okay, so that's you. How are you doing, brother?
I'm hanging in there. How are you, Captain? Happy Father's Day, buddy.
I'm good. And I'm telling people, like I said, Hot Neil and I have a regular bet. If the Raiders go undefeated and win the Super Bowl without a loss, Hot Neil gets a Raider helmet in my room. That's signed, a signed Raider helmet. But they got to go undefeated, and that's a regular bet that we have, Hot Neil. I and that is a true bet. But here's the other thing, Hot Neil. Here's the other thing. First off, it has to be while I'm still alive, because if I die and the people don't know about the bet, you're not going to be able to come to my estate, okay, and say, hey, that helmet's mine, because they're going to say you're full of crap. You'll have to pull the videotape of this and saying, "See, Captain said," and I'll say for you, I'll make sure it's a Marcus Allen helmet. Okay, it'll be a Marcus Allen helmet if I die, and if the Raiders are undefeated and win the Super Bowl, it's your helmet. Okay.
You're gonna die. You're never gonna die, Captain.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna one of these days. One of these days.
No, it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna let it happen.
Okay, well, thank you, sir.
I got a question.
Quickly, what about the Raiders? Because you've been wanting to talk about the Raiders, Neil. What are we talking about? By the way, Chris, thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having me. We have a chance. Let's just hope McDaniels knows what he's doing.
I agree.
That be like, I'm sorry, I name it Chucky, because he screws over for more than 2 years. Because remember, Chucky started in the late '90s, and then he came back after Jack the Real. So let's see what Daniel has off his sleeves. I'm seeing good things going to happen to us. I think this year, or I'm sorry, next year, we're going to the Super Bowl and we will get the ring.
I'm not quite with you there. I think that in 2024 we will be a playoff team. I'm not counting on this year. If we get it this year, that would be a year ahead of schedule. But I think, like you, in 2024 we should be a better football team that will be, I think, playoff eligible. And again, Spencer says Hurricane Josh. Spencer, you're talking about Josh McDaniels from the Broncos because Spencer's a Broncos fan. He's an Avs fan. I get it. But it takes 3 years to cook the cake.
That's true.
It takes 3 years.
I agree. Captain, do you remember the Pirates Bumblebee?
The Pirate Bumblebee?
Yeah, the baseball team. They had the bumblebee. They had the P like in your hat, and they had like a bumblebee collar.
Well, I remember the Pirates having a with the red with the yellow and the black, and it's a Pirates hat. Yeah. Right.
Is it truly coming back?
I don't know. It would probably be like a throwback type thing. Maybe.
Remember, they left in the, what was it, 88 or 89 when they left the team was sold out to another team because the GM or the owner, I don't remember who it was, didn't want it no more.
I don't know. Spencer's talking about in the 70s they had maybe an alternate uniform with a bumblebee. I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was.
Spencer seems to remember that because Spencer's pretty much on to things like that. But yeah, what about it?
No, because I had an autograph from one of the baseball players, and it's so funny. The great grandson lives about 2 blocks from my house, and I met him today.
Oh, okay, cool.
I had him.
All right.
So, Captain, again, thank you for having me here. Thank you for having me every time you show.
Yes. Yeah. Hey, you just continue to get better. And best to your dog. I see your dog over your shoulder. So your dog. No, the other way. There you go. See, I have to see your dog over your shoulder. He's like, "Hey, I'm on TV." So there you go. Okay. Hot Neil, you take care of yourself. Thanks for coming in, brother.
Thank you.
To you as well, Hot Neil. Always good hearing from you. That's Hot Neil. He's a fan of the show. He's almost always here. Thank you, Hot Neil, for coming in. It's good to see Hot Neil. It's good to see Anna. Good to see Jimmy. I know. Oh, and Spencer's here. Maybe we can have a Spencer sighting. Herman says there's a 35% chance to make the playoffs. 1 in 3. That's not bad. It's not bad considering that we had only 6 wins last year. That's not a bad thing, right? What is this show I'm watching? Wait a second. It's 10 o'clock. What is this? Oh, Hot Wheels. Are you kidding me? I ain't watching this. NCIS, Los Angeles. Nah. I got to find something to watch. Maybe. Oh, I think there's a baseball game on, I think, right? On ESPN. No, there's no baseball on ESPN. That's amazing. I don't know what I want to watch then. Put a movie on. Hot Wheels looks cool. I don't, the premise, right? Oh, Unbreakable. Okay, that might be what I'm watching. Let's see here. I've seen Catch Me If You Can too many times. Daddy, no. Are we done yet? No. I'll find something about the Balls of Fury. No. Trap Moonfall, big game. I'm finding something to watch. This is why. Oh, Independence Day. I haven't seen that. Cowboys and Aliens. That was strange. That was a strange movie. I might watch that. In fact, let's put that on until I find something. Cowboys and Aliens. Gravanda, thank you for still being here. Cowboys and Aliens. Okay. No. Guardians of the Galaxy. It just came on at 10. I'm putting on Guardians of the, okay, so remote control is out of my hands. It's Guardians of the Galaxy as of right now. I'm getting ready to do a live stream on football, waiting on my code. Okay, Spencer, I get it. If you're waiting, I get it. If you can't do it, I get it. ESPN2, the Gators are on? Hang on. What is it? Gators football, Chris? Gators football? Let's see here. Middleton, ESPN. I don't see it. True South. Fort Benning, no. Oxford, no. I see Middle Tennessee State and San Diego State. Super Bowl. I don't see them on ESPN too. Thank you though, Chris. Chris is my buddy. We're both Navy brats. Chris's father and my father are both Master Chiefs. Chris was in the service. I was in the service. Chris, I love you, brother. Gravanda, you get great. ESPN2 Gator. Yeah, you bet. It's always good to see Gravanda. Am I going to see you this year, Gravanda? Are you coming out? Baseball. Oh, it's the baseball game. Okay. 5-3. What channel? I don't see that. This is the World Series. Okay. Okay. I'll put that on. I need to find the World Series. But it doesn't say that there. Maybe it's okay. Okay. ESPN HD. Okay. Middle Tennessee State. Okay. I think it's 207. Let me see. I put on 207. Is it 207? I'm trying it. I got on ESPN too. I don't know. I got something on. I will go back to that other channel. Because I'd rather watch Guardians of the Galaxy. But no, I'd like to watch the Gators because the Gators are they're the number 2 ranked baseball team in the country. Hey, I hope to see you too. How about the U.S.-Mexico scuffle last Thursday? I like that, and that is topical. I saw that. Okay, and here, Gravanda, you didn't miss the memo. He hasn't signed yet, and he's made some very, cryptic is the right word, cryptic messages on TikTok or through his publicist. Pardon me. Nobody cares about the World Series, let alone the college. Anthony, be nice. I care because I'm a Gator. And Chris knows I'm a Gator, which is why he put, be nice, Anthony. You don't know everybody's sports stuff. Let me see what channel that, so I can go back to it. It's 5:30. Okay, so 5:30 is the channel I want eventually. Okay, let's see here. And this is a football game. Yep, that's a football game. UFC, that's not ESPN2. Oh, okay. Wait, whoa, here it is. I got it. Okay. Florida Gators, they got advanced to the semifinals. We'll play the winner of TCU versus Oral Roberts Wednesday. So Florida beat Oral Roberts. And so my Gators are doing so. Thanks, Chris. What channel is it? Let's see here. To me, it's 209 ESPN2. Okay. It said UFC Unleashed. That's why I was saying I didn't see the Gators doing that. So let's go back to now that I know that the Gators won, and thank you, Chris. Now I know about so I'll go back to the movie channel. I think it was 537. I think I said 537. I'll put that back on. Yeah, 530. Oh, okay, 530. So I'm putting that back on. Gators win. Thank you for showing me there, Chris. Gators won. Good to see. Thank you. Nice to see. And Chris is my buddy from Tennessee. Thank you, Chris. U.S. up 2 over Canada and CONCACAF Nations League. Yeah, it was, and they had a big time fight between the United States and Mexico, right? I saw the highlights of that. Flo Belusion with a goal. Okay. And then Anthony is talking now. Now here's the thing, Anthony. There's 2 baby Gronks. There's and I only know about it because of what I saw or what I was talking about the last time we had people talking about this. There's a kid who's 8 years old that their parents are pushing him as baby Gronk, right? And then there's Mayer, our tight end, who in college was called baby Gronk. Which one are you talking about? If you're talking about Mayer, I know about that. If you're talking about the kid, I was just told about that. But, I think Mayer is going to be, Debbie Tuttle, thank you, likes my video. Thank you, Debbie Tuttle. That's on Facebook. But I think Mayer is going to be a very important part of our offense. But we need to find out who will be the running back. Is it going to be Josh Jacobs? And by the way, for those because on last Thursday I told Gabe he needed to give me a compare and contrast against Josh Jacobs as well as Saquon Barkley. He did. So I'm going to say he did do his homework assignment. Also, I found something as well about, how Josh Jacobs has better yards after contact than Saquon. And Saquon's a year older, I believe, because he was out a year, right? They have the same amount of games. Their stats are near identical. They're near identical. But I still think that Josh Jacobs is the better running back. That's me. I'm a little biased. I admit it, though. He's the new striker from Arsenal. He had dual allegiance with England and USA. Selected U.S. for 2026. U.S. should have a capable number 9 to make a legit run. Okay, cool. I'd like to see the United States do well in the World Cup. I like to see that. Our rookie tight end is stud football. Yeah, he is. And he's going to make our team that much better. As I've said, I think with Jimmy G, a healthy Jimmy G, we should win anywhere from 7 to 10 games. With a better defense, a capable offense, Jimmy G at quarterback, along with a backup, either O'Connell, who I believe will be the backup, and Garbers will still be the third string, allegedly. And Hoyer will be even if he gets on the roster at the beginning. I think he was signed so that he can go back and forth. I think that he will probably not be the backup. I think Hoyer is going to be a glorified extra quarterback coach. And I believe he's far better than Waller too. If you saw my new Facebook photo for my profile, I think he is as well. Because that was him when I was so excited with us drafting him. I'm very excited. And Bishop, can you come in tonight, Bishop? We only got about a half an hour. We've already seen Anna. We've already seen Jimmy Farrell, aka Raider ER. We saw Hot Neil for a while. It's good to see Hot Neil. If you want to come into the show, and Spencer was waiting, as Spencer said, he was waiting on his co-host for his live, so he couldn't come on. I get it. Hit the StreamYard link, and come into the show. Again, I was not on Thursday and Wednesday due to some issues that I was dealing with personally, and I didn't want to say anything to be used against me later on. I had to calm down. That's the truth. Because I probably would have spouted a lot of different things. And I don't want it on record. He was logging in now. I could have come on. Yeah, of course. That's okay, Spencer. Maybe another time. Spencer will come in. Spencer's my Broncos bud. He's Navy as well. So we got a good crowd here. But hopefully, if maybe the Bishop can come in, maybe not. If not, you'll just listen to me. I'll do play-by-play of the what is this called? The Guardians of the Galaxy. I was going to say Masters of the Universe. No, that's the wrong thing. By the way, Dave Bautista, who I'm watching on screen right now, he lives in Tampa. Because he used to live like around the corner of one of the gals that I worked with. Because she said that she saw him out walking the dog around the neighborhood. So it's cool. Dave Bautista lives here in Tampa. As does that other person that lives in Tampa that is a partial owner of the Raiders. And we are at the 1 hour and 30-minute mark. So we got 30 minutes. If you want to come into the show, please come into the show. Otherwise, I am wearing the Phillies hat because the Phillies swept the Oakland Athletics. And I would be remiss if not stating that during the games that I saw, the A's fans were chanting, "Sell the team, sell the team, sell the team," because they want to keep the A's in Oakland, right? They want to keep the A's in Oakland. I don't think that's going to happen because I think, pardon me, and Anna will probably attest to this, that the legislature in Nevada approved a bill for funding for the A's to move to Vegas. And if you remember, Anna spoke about this a couple shows ago. Was that they were going where it is right now, it's going to really F up. It's really going to F up the parking and the traffic. And it's going to be a 35,000 seat, maybe 35,000 seat stadium. If it's open air, people are going to roast. It should be a stadium like Miami, which is indoors, where you can open up the windows. They have that in Miami. They have it in Vegas. Vegas has windows where they can open up. All right. We got the rest of our show because I am going to be joined by two of my fellow sailors, Doc Cabral came in, and then Bishop came in. So I'm going to give him a couple. Bishop, I'm going to give Doc. Let Doc come in because he hit up first. I try to do it by order. Okay. So we're going to be joined by my shipmate Doc, and then we're going to be joined by our shipmate, the Bishop, who was I can't remember what was your rate. What was your rate, AJ? You'll tell we'll put it in. I'll put it in. I can't remember what it was. Doc was a Doc, and Doc we're going to have from Doc.
Oh.
And say Bishop AJ. We'll talk about what his rate was, because he was a SEAL, a very proud SEAL. But we're going to start with our medical spokesman of 36 years of sobriety. And again, Doc, I remembered it was a long time. I just didn't. I apologize for not giving you all your due. 36 years of sobriety.
One day at a time, my brother. One day at a time.
Congratulations to you, sir. And how are you tonight on this fine Sunday?
Oh God, what a weekend, man! It's been crazy. You know, my Sox, they're not doing that great this year, but you know what? They'll be better later someday. Okay. And the Bruins did blow it again.
I laughed at that because they had the all-time historical record.
Yes.
For wins, and they lose in the first round. That's fine.
Yeah, I know. That really pissed me off. But you know what? Hey, could be a lot worse. The Patriots could come back and win the Super Bowl again. Who knows?
Do you really believe that, honestly, or are you just farting up the wins of words just to say you said it?
Look, Jay, the first two they went to, they lost to the Bears and the Green Bay Packers. Then they came back and finally get back, and their superstar quarterback got knocked out by the Jets. And then TB12 came up, and the rest is history, pretty much. So what he couldn't beat
the New York Giants, they can win.
Yeah, I know, exactly. But and they lost it. They beat the Eagles twice. They won in Jacksonville, and they won in Phoenix. They won in Phoenix.
Yeah.
But they lost I forgot where they lost. Anyways, whatever. Life goes on. Football is good, but it's not life. Life is what it is. Yeah, and that's what I try to remember. We don't have every day. Every day is a gift. I try to remember that. And I'm sure when Bishop gets on board, he'll tell you the same thing. That every day is a gift. And we got to remember that.
I agree, and Bishop agrees with you too. I can tell by the he's nodding. No, he's nodding. He's nodding because he knows every day is a gift.
Right
so
on, Bishop.
Bishop's nodding.
I've been watching some television show lately about the World War II and about the Nazis and how the Jews and how they were treated. We had a Jewish speaker at our office. Talk about their parent. The mother died in the last few years here, but she went through the Holocaust, and the father died, and some of her siblings died, and she brought a very, very powerful story of her family and how much it meant to her. And I remember how we used to joke to each other, but I also remember that your family you're half Jewish as well.
Yeah.
And I'm how grateful I am to know someone that was able to be in a great family, to a Navy family like we are together, you and me. And for the things we go through in life to make life better for those that we love so much. And I try to remind myself of that. 1987 was a long time ago in many ways, but in many ways it's a blink of an eye, Jay.
Yes.
Compared to a lot of people's lives. And when November 22nd, 1986 hit me that morning, that was not a good day for me. That was not a good day at all. But I remember the important things, that I got a great son, I got a great wife, I got a great career, and life keeps going, and it doesn't stop. And if people want to drink and use, that's their business. They want to stop, give me a call. Maybe I can help you. That's how I look at it. But I can't make nobody do what they don't want to do or stop what they want to do. the life I live today is a life of gratitude. Is life perfect? No, but my
No.
God, the life I had today is beyond words. Beyond words. I've lost two siblings, two older siblings. One was a Vietnam veteran, the other one's a Catholic priest. My parents are both gone, and my other siblings, we all go on with our lives. I just try to remember that, Patriots are no Patriots, Bruins are no Bruins, Celtics no Celtics. Sports are nice; they're a good filler, but they don't make life what it is today.
True.
Life is what comes from here, not from here, from here.
I agree with that.
And I'm very, very grateful for knowing people like you, people like the bishop, people like Anna, people, even Jimmy Farrell. He's a part of who we are today. He's a gift of God.
Yes. And I say this, and I say this wholeheartedly. I have family from doing these shows that I don't necessarily have anywhere, because all of my family is dead, or in the case of my half brother, not with me with his issues. And I'm not going to go into that, but I have more family, heartfelt family here with people that join the show and talk about things that care about me and care about each other than I do in real life. Okay. And my family is important to me. And it's like when you give me prayers of thought and kind words, and Bishop gives me prayers of thought and kind words, and when people want to make sure that I'm okay, when I put up my Facebook thing the other day about I'm not doing a show tonight, which was Wednesday or Thursday, because people automatically, were you okay? Were you okay physically? Yes, I was okay physically. I was okay physically. I was not okay mentally, and I appreciate all the people that were family that reached out to me to make sure I was okay, because that meant a lot to me. Because again, as I've stated on this show already, I was not ready to do a show where I would have been so negative and probably spout a lot of things that could have gotten me in trouble with certain entities that I'm not going to talk about, because I wasn't ready to do it. But at least I recognize that. I recognize that. So I appreciate the fact that you reached out to me and other people were saying, are you okay? I'm okay. If you don't see me, I will let you know why. I will let you know why. And like you said, and as Matt Marinovich says and Gravanda Burrell says, the reason why they call it the present is that each day is a gift to you to live. Okay, this is not some, and I can't remember the guy that's on at 11:30 at Sunday nights that does the joke, the one joke at the beginning of the sermon. I don't preach. I just say that I thank God, whatever you call God, whoever you call God. I thank God every day that I live, that I am there. And I think that thanking of the ultimate, whoever you call your ultimate power, is due. Is due. And I thank God for that. And I thank you. I thank Bishop. I thank everybody that gives me positives and has given me positives in the past and will give me positives in the future. And that's why before you leave, I'll make sure that I do a 3-screen with you and Bishop. So, because I want to thank you both. And again, I won't even need to be in the middle, because you guys will be like on either side. So it's like you could be like side by side saying thank you. But wholeheartedly, I thank you guys for being my friends, and thank you for being positive towards me. And Anna is always positive towards me. And there are others that are positive towards me. Even Jimmy Farrell Eeyore is positive towards me, right? Ed Winchell, love Ed Winchell. He's not here. But he'll watch this, okay? And if I didn't mention your name, it's not because I forgot you. It's because people come and go. But I appreciate that, and that's the positive that I have. In fact, while I still have you here, we only got we got a couple minutes, okay? I'm bringing it. See, I caught you. I caught you, Bishop. I caught you snoozing, man. You didn't know I was going to do that. There's
Yeah.
how you doing, Bishop? Good to see you, brother.
All right, brother. Hey,
What
how
up,
you guys
Bish?
doing?
We're good.
Good evening. Good
Good to
evening.
see you, Bish.
Thank you. Likewise. Happy Father's Day to you and all the fathers out there. Amen.
And to you as
Amen.
well, amen.
Yeah.
What did you do in the
So
Navy, Bish?
I
Yeah,
was a
Bishop.
cook at a certain time.
Yeah.
Started off in the V1 division down there in the Gator Fleet. I got to see what the service is, respectfully to the blue collar Navy. I was fortunate to be a nephew to the great late Rear Admiral Benjamin Hacker, first African American commander of Naval Training Center, San Diego. My uncle put a few calls in to have me transferred, and I got to see the other side of the Navy.
Mhm.
And a lot of people don't, hear things that go on. Well, I do. Master Chief Mike Bennett served with me. He was out the Elite Six. I was not in his group, but I got to see some of the tours that went on and do what they do. And it's no joke. People often think that, I seen it in a movie or I played a video game.
Oh, it's got to be true if it's in a movie or it's in a video game. Hey, if it's on the internet, it's got to be true, right?
Oh, please.
I mean, when you really think about it, what they do out there on the movie, it's close, but it's a lot harder than what the warm gestures and the kind thoughts and all that. Because my wife and I recently went to Hawaii to celebrate our honeymoon, but then we also went to San Diego, and I got to show her the other side of the base over there in Coronado, and she was like, "Oh." So yeah, I finished out as a petty officer first class. I made gold. Never got reprimanded. It was an honor every time the XO walked through the ship, or even the captain, which you rarely saw. I always had a crease in my T-shirt. I still wear the nice, crisp white T-shirt every now and then. My wife, she's like, "Why you this? Why you that?" I said, "Well, it's in me. It's in me." And even though now that I serve as a member of the cloth, it is a blessing. I am certainly honored to be able to share God's word or a short message of what God is doing, and on many different platforms. And so I recently graduated. Now, you can go to any university you want to, but when you get a degree in the Lord's name, that's something. And I just finished getting my master's degree in ministry, and I'm so honored to also be
That's awesome.
now.
That's awesome.
I received also a certificate of Christian counseling, and I'm going to go in a couple years and get my MSW so that it will pair with that, and I'll be able to do also Christian counseling and also social work for those veterans who suffer from dementia or mental illness.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. So I'm trying, and I'm just like you.
You're doing well. You're doing well.
Just because I bleed, and just because I'm the bishop doesn't mean that I don't bleed the same as you. I still got to get in the grave the same. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah. And like I said, so I wanted to get you guys on because, again, salty dogs, my friends who are positive, who think positively, who have their lives are spiritual, which is cool, that they are happily with their families, but they think enough of me to check in on me occasionally. Not all the time, but for most of the time. And maybe not why, but they do check in on me, and they wanted to make sure that I'm doing well. And again, Gravanda's father, Lieutenant Colonel Air Force and respects the military. We respect you as well, and we respect the fact that because I'm a brat. Okay, so we understand what it is to be a service brat as well, because it's the family of the serviceman that does a lot. Does a lot for you.
Yes. And we know you're a brat, Jay.
Huh?
We know you're a brat.
Oh, I'm definitely a brat.
Yeah, my other uncle Gino, I posted on Facebook. I don't know if you saw that, Salt, but he just turned 90, and he was a lieutenant commander in the U.S. Navy. So I'm fourth generation volunteer. It's in me. And so I remember when I was a little kid and I first saw my dad's uniform in his closet. He was a specialist 4 in the U.S. Army, World War One and not World War One, but World War II. Excuse me, over in the Korean War. And I thought to myself, I said, these things that are already written in the book of life. You already are going to be positioned, but who are you going to bless along the way?
That's right.
It's not meant that just because you're in a situation that is your defining moment. Rather, how are you going to define the moment?
Amen to that.
Amen. And gentlemen, like that's why, and I appreciate you both having on. I got and Raphael, I'm not sure if we're going to get you on, but I will. I just because Raphael's
hey, Semper Fi, Dallas. I see you.
There you go. But yeah, and Matt's on here as well. Again, by the way, Matt had it when Matt was chiming in on the conversation about alcohol. I said, look at Matt's picture. He has a beer in his hand. That would have been whatever. And again, as I stated, again, be well, be blessed, do what you want, just as long as you don't hurt other people.
Amen.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Hey, real quick,
Yes,
I saw a clip on ESPN. I think it was just the other day, and they were talking about who is the biggest threat to the Chiefs. And I said to myself, let's see what they got to say. And do you know they have the nerve to say out of all the other 30 other teams, or out of the 31 of the other teams, they said the Miami Dolphins.
What?
And I said, now, if that ain't,
I'll tell you why. Because the Dolphins got a track team at receiver. Let me finish me out. Hear me out. They got a track team at receiver, and their defense is going to be vastly improved with them getting the kid from Florida State that used to play for the Rams. Ooh. So their secondary, they got 2 bookend corners. So in that respect, they'll be better. The defense will be better with a better defense and a decent offense. Their thing is will their quarterback be upright? And as long as their quarterback is upright, they will have a chance. That's what they bring from.
Now, let's analyze that real quick. If the cornerback Ramsey is all that in a bag of chips, why don't the Rams keep him? I'm just saying. And 2, if they're all that, one guy doesn't make them better, because we had Charles Woodson who was better than him. He couldn't win the whole game, but he made a great difference. We still needed a front line and some linebackers and that offense and coach to all work it out. Now, I'm just going to go because I'm somewhat biased in a way, but I'm realistic. If Garoppolo decides to show up and says, you know what? He's hearing all the white noise too. I hope he really puts that chip on his shoulder and gets us to the dance, because they don't give us a snowball's chance in hell. And we got better on draft day, free agency.
Mhm.
And still, the unknown is at the quarterback position. And if he decides to play for the coach that everybody's saying he don't know, he does know. And by the way, he wasn't hurt when he was in New England like he was in San Francisco. I'm just saying.
He wasn't as
Now,
hurt. He did have some stints where he was hurt in New England. He did have some stints.
I'm
but
just
he
saying.
hasn't been as hurt was when he was sitting behind Shanahan's offense in San Francisco. So it's got
Tua gets hurt.
Damn, base boosted his own.
He's out of the game. Every quarterback can take a hit that can end his career, but let's just keep it where it needs to be. Now, if we get going, you know the Chiefs still got to play the teams we play, and they don't get to skate harder. Now, I think we're an easy number 2 in the division with what I just said, and that cornerbacks that we got, yeah. I think they're going to matter for that front line of the envelope. We put a couple of heavies in the front. I'm just saying, we got good things. Now, if Garoppolo could play time management, which I think he's a better orchestrator with the clock and knowing how to win like he did up there in Santa Clara, there's not a lot of fans that might agree with this, but he can get it done better than what Carr did when he struggled with the system. And oh, by the way, we got a Devontae Adams to throw to, and that other guy from New England, he's just nothing but another ball hawk with a Renfro and a rookie tight end. You can put anybody to run the ball right there and make them a threat out the flat. Come on, man.
Okay, now
Miami's the biggest threat.
I think that Miami will be a threat to Buffalo. I think Miami will be a bigger threat to Buffalo than the Jets will be because the book is still out on the Jets, even though they picked up Aaron Rodgers. I think that Miami will be a bigger threat to Buffalo than the Jets will. Doc, since you're a Pats fan, will the Pats be a threat at all to any of those teams? I got to ask.
If we can get to the second part of the division, we could be dangerous. But the problem is there's a lot of unknowns right now.
Okay.
A lot of unknowns.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. And imagine if the Jets decide to roll out and beat the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Oh, jeez.
Right.
Oh boy.
Wouldn't that be something? We got an opportunity. We got a shooter's chance to get in there and do something. And I can't wait to see all the haters on Garoppolo just and get behind the guy and say, you know what? He's our quarterback. Okay?
Actually, I get the thoughts, but I would rather get in front of Garoppolo because if you get in front of Garoppolo, hopefully you'll be able to keep him up. I get it's a you get what I'm saying?
No, God.
Get behind Garoppolo, get in front of Garoppolo to keep the other people away from Garoppolo. That's my thing. Okay, I understand.
He's the front.
Get behind him, like in spirit, but get in front of him. And that's why the offensive line needs to be well this year.
But the part that they missed on ESPN so much, which was disrespectful, not to even look at the AFC West. They forgot to even mention that Cincinnati has a guy named Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
That is a threat.
Yes,
he is big time.
So you can't. I mean, how do they hire these people? You should have a job easily, Cap. You. Come on, man.
They didn't get my. I guess my business card didn't make it to ESPN. I would actually rather work for. I don't know. I'll work for whoever. I'll work for Fox. I'll work for ESPN. I'll work for whoever wants to give me a contract. I'll do that. So if you're out there and you're watching this, I'm available. Okay? I'm available. Okay.
I like what Matt Marinovich says. He says Miami will not get past the Bills and the Jets. Okay, so take that scenario. So then the playoffs, if it were today, they're all threats to Kansas City, who does not have a solid core of wide receivers. That's what happened in Green Bay when the Devontae Adams debacle ended up in Las Vegas for the Raiders, and they didn't come on. They didn't make any noise to go anywhere after he left. So you can't just put anybody out there at quarterback, please. You know, and yes, the quarterback, he's good, but yeah, I don't see him having the same success to want to beat or just roll out there because he has the tight end out there. If anything, everybody's gunning for him.
Okay. So I'm going to ask because we got the, and by the way, we're already off on Roku because it's 11 o'clock. I started like 2 minutes late. It's fine. And we're going to go over. So this broadcast, I won't be able to rebroadcast it unless I shut up in the next 1 minute and 30 seconds. I don't know that I can do that. I can, but it'd be a very quick thing. I might be able to do this, gentlemen. Okay, it is 18 June. Doc, what's the Patriots record as of 18 June based upon Doc? And then Bishop, what's the Raiders record as of 18 June? What you think? And then I'll cut out.
8-9.
Okay, Pat's at 8-9. Bishop?
I got the Raiders above 600.
Whoa.
Okay, so that means so they're over 5. So you're thinking about 10 wins?
They can beat their division, do a split with Kansas City. Denver, the quarterback is still him, no matter who you put at coach. So get that out of here. The Chargers, okay, yeah, right. We can sweep them. That's been proven no matter who you put at quarterback. Carr did it. So my whole thing is, if Garoppolo decides to play, which I think he's got a chip on his shoulder, if I were a betting man, I'd make some money. I think they're going to be above where people expect them to be, even at the halfway point.
Okay, I got 30 seconds, gentlemen. I got to go. Thank you for being here. I gotta go out. Thanks for coming in. I'm going to try to wrap this under 2.
Good night.
Great hearing from you both. You take care, brothers.
Good night, guys.
Good night. All
Blessings.
Right, there's Doc. There's Bishop. Gotta go. We are out of here. I'm ending my broadcast. There's no outro. I'm ending it right now. Y'all take care. We will see you for the next show. And have a blessed and wonderful weekend.